Oh yeah, it's Rashawn, the Doodad, coming to you with some unsolicited sports talk and the DeadRong podcast, episode 3. How's everybody doing today? Some people it's Victory Monday. Some people it's get the heck out of here, Coach Monday. Cause some of these coaches need to be fired. Some of them need to be praised. Some I don't know why they still got a job. How about Mike McCarthy and those Dallas Cowboys and that joke of a team? They look like a Pop Warner team almost, man. I truly believe that Dak Prescott is just saving face, and he's hurt, but he's not injured. But he knows that they don't have a chance this year to compete for a championship. The defense, they looked good for a while. Michael Parsons doing what he does. Trayvon Diggs doing what he does, undercutting Jalen Hurts' play for the interception and the touchdown. But other than that, man, Jalen Hurts looked good. He looked good. He made some quality throws, and he didn't turn the ball over like it wasn't his fault that the ball was turned over. And what I mean by that is when he threw that interception, he threw it to where it was supposed to be. But Trayvon Diggs, being the professional that he is, and the way that he tries to anticipate where the ball's going to be to get an interception, he made the right move and got the pick. So other than that, man, Jalen Hurts is looking good, man. He's looking fundamentally sound. He's putting the ball where it needs to be. He's running the ball and picking his spots, and he looks great out there. I remember last year, people were criticizing him and saying that he lost a step, that he's not as athletic anymore. We all know now that he was playing through an injury. Look at him now when he scampers, when he does that draw. Man, he looks amazing out there. He looks amazing out there. And when you play that Philadelphia Eagles 2022 season brand of football, you're going to get good results. And what do I mean by that? Ground and pound. Run the ball. Run the ball. Keep the ball out of the other team's hand. Not that it was going to affect them anyway, because Cooper Rush looked terrible. Trey Lance, now we know why the 49ers traded him, because he's not translating to be a professional quarterback in the NFL and what you expect from a professional, from a starter in this league. Let's talk about that, man. The Cowboys, I don't even know how Mike McCarthy has a job. To be honest, between him and Jerry Jones doing a terrible job as a GM, the Cowboys, from years past, you can book them getting at least 12 wins and making it to the playoffs. And then when they made it to the playoffs, they wouldn't deliver. This year, they have imploded from the beginning. They do not look like a contender. They don't even look like a wild card team. I'm going to tell you what happened. They're paying about $25 million between CeeDee Lamb and Dak Prescott. How do you fill a roster on both sides of the ball when all of that money is poured into two players on the offense? It's a recipe for disaster. One thing that you have to credit Tom Brady for is that he used to make team-friendly deals in order to keep some pieces around him. And he could demand any amount of money, but I think his philosophy was about winning, and that's a championship mindset, and that's why he has 7 championship titles. What about the Texans? The Texans, man, they look so good in the first half of last night's game. Their defense, 5 interceptions from Jared Goff. That's like more interceptions that he has had in the entire season. 5 interceptions, and the Texans still lost. They were shut out in the second half. I don't know. I don't even know what to do. That's why a credit to some guys, man. You're going to be a good coordinator, but when it comes to you being a head coach in the league, it takes a lot more than you looking good on one side of the ball. You have to be a leader of leaders of men. And DeMeco Ryans, for one half of the game, I would say even 3 quarters and about 5 minutes, he controlled the game on the defensive side of the ball and made the Detroit Lions look like a shell of themselves. They were putting up 42 points, 47 points in the prior weeks, and they barely made 26. Well, they tied it up at 23, man. The offense for the Texans, I don't know what happened in the second half. There was a couple of missed opportunities where the quarterback threw the ball and he didn't lead the receiver, and so it was an interception. Then what was a telegraph pass that was was an interception. You just can't do that in a game when you're winning. It really gave me shades of Kyle Shanahan in the Super Bowl, where you're not winning or you're not playing to destroy the other team and rip their hearts out. You're playing to not lose. And what happens is when you play to not lose, most of the times when you let a team hang around, they come back to bite you in the butt. Case in point, last night, Detroit Lions. They bit the damn kneecaps off of the Houston Texans. Straight up, bit their kneecaps off, man. Hey, man, that was a disheartening loss on behalf of the Houston Texans. And I don't know if you guys had a chance to check the game out, man, but their uniforms were fire. Their helmets were fire. Their jerseys were fire. They looked so good, man. That credit to whoever designed those, man. They were very good uniforms, man. Shout out to the Texans, man. But how about the matchup between the old Russell Wilson and the young Jayden McDaniels? Pittsburgh gets the W in Washington. I couldn't believe it, man. There was a kind of questionable call on the, I think it was a 4th and 9. And Zach Ertz, when they showed the replay, Zach Ertz looked like he caught the ball at the line to gain, the fictional line to gain that they have on a broadcast. And as he caught the ball, he ran back towards the quarterback, and it was like a centimeter, an inch. But with the assisted replay, they didn't give it to him, and that was the game. Jayden McDaniels looks good, man. They're primed to have a very good matchup against Jalen Hurts. And I ask y'all, who's the better quarterback now? Is it Jayden McDaniels or is it Jalen Hurts? I'm going to say, right now, Jalen Hurts. I'm going to say Jalen Hurts. Jayden McDaniels and the Washington Redskins are the hot team. But I think with what the body of work that Jalen Hurts has given us, minus those 6 games. Well, I'm not going to say minus those 6 games. We're going to put those 6 games in it because that's part of the growing pains of being a quarterback and a professional in this league. But if you get the body of work from 2022, the entire season, last year, most of the season, and then this year, most of the season, he looks good. He looks complete. So I'm going to give it to Jalen Hurts right now. And I'm going to still be out on Jayden McDaniels because we got to see a bigger piece or a bigger body of work. Because I'm going to honestly say, in comparison to Jalen Hurts' body of work, that first year he was lights out, and then the second year he still was good. They found ways to win, but then it looked almost like he regressed, and we can credit that to him being injured during the course of the year. But the way that they collapsed, the way that he looked like he wasn't being able to read defenses, and the offense was just puttering. We don't know if it was the coordinator or if it was him, or was it that the coordinator felt crippled by the fact that they believed Jalen Hurts couldn't do a certain thing within the scheme of the offense. I mean, we'll never know until the offensive coordinator from last year speaks about it. But this year under Kellen Moore, he looks good. I've actually seen him under center, and when he plays under center, and if he's not handing the ball off and he's running that bootleg, he's throwing darts. He's throwing guys open. He looks good. So I'm going to give it to Jalen Hurts right here, right now. But I am anxious to see this matchup on Thursday Night Football, man, because Jayden Daniels is good, man, but it's a team sport. And I think that right now, from the top to the bottom, the Philadelphia Eagles are the better team. The quarterbacks, I would say right now, are neck and neck. They are both quality quarterbacks. They are making good decisions. They are running when they need to. They're throwing their guys open. They look like they know how to manage the game. And if they need to win the game, they can go and win the game for you. So that's that. Now we're going to talk about the San Francisco 49ers, whether you guys want to hear about it or not. I'm going to tell you guys one thing right now. Them damn San Francisco 49ers, they had me stressed out yesterday. And I'm going to tell you why they had me stressed out. Because, again, if you let a team hang around, they will come back and beat you. We had the momentum in Tampa, winning, getting stops, and then our special teams over and over again, they fail us. Case in point. The muffed punt in the beginning of the third quarter. Bro, fair catch that, John. I know you got those sticky gloves on. Everybody wears them, even the freaking defensive back. Tool on them, Johns. Spit on the freaking gloves. Fair catch that joint. Catch it and get the hell off of the field. That's all I need you to do, man. I don't need you to try to run. I don't need you to get cute. I don't need you to do nothing. Fair catch, roll. That's all I need from you. And then we got our kicker, Jake Moody, back, right? And you're thinking, oh, man, we got our starting kicker back. We cut the guy from Green Bay that we got, man. We're going to be fine out here. You know what? My man missed 3 of them, 9 points. So my problem with this, right? Now, first miss, okay. I'm going to give you that. You know what I mean? You're a little rusty. You had an ankle injury. I'm going to give you that. Then you get the second one. But you know what? Should I blame Mr. Kyle Shanahan for this? It's 4th and 3. If you miss it, you give the ball to the Buccaneers with amazing position on the field, close to the 50-yard line, right? But if you go for it and you don't convert, you're still going to give them the same position on the field. So after my man looked a little shaky on the ankle, I'm saying maybe you should ponder and think about going for it. And then after he missed the second one, how about on the third one? Not even think about it. You know what? I can't trust this guy. And you know what? Credit to Deebo Samuel, because he went out there and he mugged the long snapper. And I'm not here to condone transgressions. But Jerry Rice said that in his day with the 49ers, if people weren't doing their jobs, if guys were taking it easy and it was costing the team, he would get a little physical on the sidelines. He might shove you. He might mug you. He might do something to get it through your head and through the rest of the team's head that this is a game, that is a team game that we need to win. And yesterday, that game against the Bucks, that was life or death for the San Francisco 49ers, because we are behind in the standings in the NFC West against freaking Arizona Cardinals and that midget Kyler Murray. He's balling. They're balling. We can't afford to go down multiple games because, like I told you in the episodes prior, if you don't win your division this year, you may very well miss the playoffs because of the freaking NFC North. You got the Vikings, you got the Lions, and you got the Packers, and they're all good. The Vikings and the Lions, they both are 7-2. They're both 7-2. You got to win your division. You can't leave it to chance. There may be a 12-win team in this season that will not make the playoffs. And you know what? I don't want it to be the San Francisco 49ers. And we were fighting for our season's lives. And so credit to Deebo Samuel. Yeah, he mugged a long snapper. Maybe he knew something or seen something that we didn't see. And maybe that snap was the reason for it. But you know what? It was the special teams. Field goal, special teams. Punt, special teams. Special team coach needs to be fired. Fire him today. Change the codes at the facility. Don't let him back in, because he is failing us. He's failing the San Francisco 49ers. And I say, hey, man, thank God that Moody made the game-winning field goal. I was out on that one. I didn't know why they were going for it, meaning the field goal. I was really out on that one. I had zero faith in him, and you know what? Even then, it barely went in. But you know what? A win is a win, so I'm going to take the win. I'm not going to be complaining. I'm not going to say much. I'm just going to take the win as is and keep on rolling. So you know what, man? Credit to the 49ers. Kept on fighting. Brock Purdy looked good. Ricky Pearsall looked good. Kittles, a.k.a. Skittles, man, he was that shot in the arm for us, man. And Christian McCaffrey, man, he looks so good. It's amazing. And he was dealing with an Achilles injury, and it looked seamless. Inserting him in there changes his offense. It changes the looks. It gives them a boost, which they need. And I don't know if you guys are familiar with Kyle Shanahan and the San Francisco 49ers under him, but after the bye, I think he's like 27-8. So we've had years just like this where we struggled and we still went to the NFC Championship game and made it to the Super Bowl. You know what I mean? So credit to them, credit to fighting, credit to leaders being leaders. Sometimes it has to get physical. You got to have that Mamba mentality, but you have to beat these teams. You know what I mean? And I also want to take my hats off to Baker Mayfield, man. He does have this team balling, man. He's getting with all of these teams. Meaning the Super Bowl champs, the Kansas City Chiefs, the San Francisco 49ers. He beat the brakes off the Philadelphia Eagles, and they're balling, man. And I'm a little glad that Mike Evans and Chris Godwin did not play, man, because that changes everything. But you know what? I'm gonna take the victory and I'm gonna move on. So you know, man, football is football. Any given Sunday, anything can happen. The Kansas City Chiefs, with a little bit of help from the refs, as usual, per usual. That's why we called them the Kansas City Cheats. They won with a blocked walk-off field goal. Yo, man, field goal kickers, placeholders, long snappers, you literally have one job. You're getting paid thousands of dollars to probably have 7 plays in one game. Do your damn job. You hear me? Do your job. Nobody's asking you for anything else, man. Buffalo Bills win. They beat the Colts. I don't know why you don't have Anthony Richardson in, because I take my chances with him over Flacco. Flacco was balling with the Cleveland Browns last year, but he ain't doing so this year. You know what I mean? Take a chance, develop him, man. Do what John Harbaugh did when he played Lamar Jackson. And even though they were struggling in his first playoff game, he still kept Joe Flacco on the sidelines, and he let Lamar play and Lamar struggle. And look at Lamar now, flourishing, getting those in-game reps, facing that adversity early in his career has made him who he is today, man. If you believe in this young man and he was a first-round pick and he is all that you and your scouts thought of him, then develop him, man. Let him play. Be patient with him, you know, and let him learn the game. But that's it, man. We got a matchup tonight. I don't really know who I'm going with. I don't want to root for the Rams. I got to root against the Rams because I need the 49ers to posture to win this NFC West, man. So that's that, man. How about the 76ers, though? They finally got to win at home. And you know what, man? It wasn't even a star that you brought in with Paul George. It wasn't even him. It was Jared McCain, their first-round draft pick, and Jeff Doughton Jr. He was looking good, man. Andre Drummond, I'm going to be honest with you, man. This version of Andre Drummond, when he is taking the ball and muscling it inside and going for layups and looking to score instead of looking to pass off and do the dribble handoff, I don't like that version of Andre Drummond. I like him playing a little bit of bully ball. Actually, I'm going to be honest, I don't like that out of any big man, because in this NBA, the big man needs to be able to score. And if you can score, you know who you are. You're Rudy Gobert. And to me, Rudy Gobert is a bum. I would have kept Karl Anthony Towns with the Minnesota Timberwolves instead of having Rudy Gobert. You could see by him getting less and less time in the Olympics when he's going against the world's best, how he didn't get any time. They were giving him like 3 minutes a clip. And sometimes in the second half, he wouldn't play depending on a matchup. But if you can't score and all you can do is get dunks and rebounds, I mean, that would have worked in the 90s, but not now, man. Andre Drummond, get your buckets. Embiid's going to be coming back. And honestly, if I was you, I would be in the lab with Embiid. Yo, show me some work. Or maybe hook up with Hakeem Olajuwon, man. Hey, the dream, I need you to show me how to have some touch around the rim, how to have some footwork, because Andre Drummond is in great condition, man. He reminds me of Dwight Howard. He's a big guy, but he still flies up and down the court, man. And yesterday he was playing bully ball against the Charlotte Hornets, man. It looks good to have Brandon Miller and LaMelo Ball playing together, man. It's awesome for them, man. But credit to the 76ers for getting the win, man. And the young man Jared McCain doing what they envisioned him to do. Knock down them threes, attack the basket. And the young guy Jeff Downton Jr., man, I love it. I love to see these young guys balling, man. And in Philadelphia, where most of the time the young guys and the draft picks, they don't get a chance to get any tick for some reason. The 76ers organization is like they don't believe in developing these young guys and playing them. Play them young guys, man. You're going to need them years down the line when all of these guys are wanting hundreds of millions of dollars. And you never developed your young guys to be the next wave of superstars in your town, because look what happens. You have injury after injury. You got Embiid out. Paul George was out. Now you got Tyrese Maxey out. But you know what? I'd rather it be happening in the beginning of the year than to be happening at the end of the year. So credit to these young guys for getting the win, man. And I don't know. I don't have much to say about the Milwaukee Bucks. I think they're getting exactly what they deserve. And I mean, Giannis Antetokounmpo, when you were bullying the organization to bring in a coach, and then when you had 31 wins and only like 12 losses, you bullied the organization to get rid of him to bring Doc Rivers, and y'all stink. Y'all got Dame Lillard, Dame Dollars, Dame Time. You and him, and you stink. And I think part of the problem is because you're big man, meaning you, Giannis, you want to bring the ball up. Get the ball to the point guard. Big man, get the rebound and the outlet. You learned that when you're a young buck. Give it to the freaking point guard. Dame Dollars is going to get a bucket. He can shoot it from across town and make it. And if you try to overplay the three, he's going to cook you to the basket, lay it in, draw the foul. He knows how to do this. He was running and carrying Portland when they had nobody for like 9 years straight. So Giannis, give the ball to the young man. You play that point forward maybe. And then you got Brook Lopez who could play the center. He can stretch the floor because he could shoot the three. There's no excuse. Y'all are not unhealthy. Chris Middleton, yeah, he is a small piece in the scheme in Milwaukee. So y'all have no reason why y'all should be losing. You got your two titans in there. Y'all should be winning. And this is Giannis's fault. So I don't feel bad for them. I don't feel bad for them, not one bit. So this is what you get when you try to bully your way. All you need to do is play ball, man, and do what you got to do. They already had your brother on the team, and my man was a freaking bum. He was a bum and still was getting paid millions of dollars. They did that on the strength for you. They didn't want the Nasus on that. The Nasus on Antetokounmpo on the damn team. Y'all out of pocket, man. That's like Brian having these other dudes sit the bench while they try and play his young boy, man. And listen, man, I'm not against what LeBron did, because if that was my kid, I would do the same thing. You know what I mean? He probably took a pay cut in order for them to get the $4 million guaranteed to his young boy so he could have his own money. But right now, he should be a G League affiliate, even though they sent him to the G League. Like good for him, man. Let him develop. I think if he develops into a good player, he can be a rotational player. But burning a draft pick on him, yeah, I don't think that was an organizational thing. I don't think it was a good organizational thing. But, you know, LeBron is the puppet master over there, in my opinion, and he has the perfect puppet in JJ Redick. You know what I mean? But, you know, we'll see what happens at the end of the season and see if he really can administer a good season in his first season as a coach. Maybe he develops into a good coach. I don't know, man. But That's my take on that. How about the Denver Nuggets? They look like they're coming on finally. They look like they're coming on. I can't believe they beat the Dallas Mavericks. The Dallas Mavericks are going to be a hard out, man. They're going to be a hard out. They got Kyrie. They got Luka. They got Derek Lively. They got Daniel Gafford. They did lose Derrick Jones Jr., but I think that the guys that they picked up on the offseason, they got Spencer Dinwiddie. You know what I mean? Like they got guys, and they're deep on both. First squad. Their second squad looks like a starting five for other teams. You know what I mean? So, yeah, they're going to be a hard out, man. But you know what, man? I'm going to stick with the 76ers. I hope that once Embiid comes back allegedly tomorrow, and when I say allegedly, I will believe it when I see it. So tomorrow they have a matchup against the Knicks. I want to see how him, Paul George, Jared McCain, and the rest of these guys, how they gel together on the floor. Will Embiid have enough endurance to play effectively the entire game? That's what I'm looking forward to. Besides that, man, Philadelphia 76ers going up against the New York Knicks. I got the Sixers if Embiid play. Washington Redskins or Washington Commanders against the Philadelphia Eagles on Thursday. I'm sorry, guys, but I am going to go with the Commanders. Remember my words. I'm going with the Commanders before it's all sexy and all that stuff. I'm going with the Commanders. Not because I'm hating, not because anything else, but I just think that they are equipped to beat a team like the Philadelphia Eagles. And we shall see, right? Thank you, everybody. If you stayed for the entire podcast, I appreciate it. Like, comment, subscribe, share. This is Rashawn, the Dude Dad, episode 3, DeadRong Podcast. Yeah, baby.